Alright, match 4, Yorion-Merfolk. Let's go. This hand's a little clunky. It does have Aether Vial. It's going to be delayed a turn, but... Oh, and I guess... Okay, there's my Yorion. Alright, we're going to keep. I was worried for a second I forgot to designate Yorion. Alright, so, yeah, Aether Vial is delayed, but it is pretty powerful, so hopefully it's enough. Faerie Conclave has clearly shown how useful it is, that we're not seriously going to question it, just because it does slow us down in situations like this. But, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. Okay, not ideal. Hopefully the Chalice really carries us through. You know, actually, there's some merit maybe if you see Luris to just playing Chalice on 0, because they're probably playing Mishra's Bauble, but that being said, Miss Chalice on 1 is still going to be a lot better here, notwithstanding the Mishra's Baubles. Although, countering their spells for 0 mana is pretty big game. Alright. Yeah, I think Chalice is really what we have to be, is what our game plan has to be here. No ifs, ands, or buts. Alright, so hopefully they play like... Oh, that's not exactly what we hoped they'd play, but... Man. These cards are definitely putting the pressure on us. But my card is a good card. I'm kind of it kind of makes me proud to see it, because I have to imagine people seeing me play it must have increased the awareness, and somebody had to think to put Nomad Courier in this deck, and I'd like to think maybe I had played some part in that. So it is kind of cool, but it is also a very good card, and it could be the undoing of us. But at least I'd like to think that maybe I have some hand in this. So, you know, some kind of contribution. We all want to make some kind of a contribution to the world, even if it's just to a silly children's card game. And of course, I say children's card game facetiously. You know, like to the YouTube whatever algorithm or whatever. This is not children's content. We just colloquially in the game tended to refer to it as that, but it's clearly 12 plus. Unless you're a prodigy, your average under 12-year-old is probably going to have a hard time wrapping their head around this game. Although obviously, you know, there are prodigies out there, but it's clearly not designed for children under 12, obviously, or probably, I don't know. Let's see here. Well, hopefully, even if they draw cards with Nomad Courier, it's not going to be as useful. Okay. So let's try to draw a land. Then we can probably jam Master, and then we might actually be in okay shape. Well, that's not the land I was hoping for, but at least we can still Petty Theft, I think the Monastery Swiftspear, block one of the Bomats, and hopefully be in okay shape. Another thing we could do is we could wait till the draw step and make it so they got a bad crack. We might do that, actually, although having access to the 3/1 body is pretty good. This ain't happening. This ain't happening, bub. In your dreams. Man, good thing we had that Force of Negation. Good thing we didn't draw an untapped land. Well, actually, I don't know. Master of the Way still could have been good there. Okay, well, we're definitely blocking one of these Bomats and forcing them to use the ability now. But they got a bunch of 1-drops in their hand. Two more Battle Rage on a Bomat Courier, or no, on that. Do we Force of Negation this? I kind of like the idea of not dying, so that is a plus. We'll see where this goes. This might just be because they want to get that out of their hand to crack. If they play like Lava Dart, though, we might have to... Okay. Well, we'll take 6. Still not that bad. Yeah, we'll let that go. I'm going to say Force Negation for something that actually kills us. Alright, we're going to tick Vial up because we do want to get to the point where we can... Okay. I think the plan is we put out Brazen Borrower and then we play Master of Waves. I mean, as much as like bouncing one of these is great, I think we've got to play towards stabilizing, and this is probably the best way to stabilize. So we're using it that way, obviously. We could have kept it on 2. We didn't know we were going to draw Trickster, though, and we do want to get closer to being able to play Yorion. And we've got Force Negation pitch up. So, you know. I mean, we got the Merfolk Trickster to cleanly deal with that, so I'm not too afraid of that one. Hopefully they don't have a discard spell, because then we'd have to pitch Merfolk Trickster to protect our Merfolk Trickster, which doesn't always work out very well, or so I've heard. Alright, well, they're just cashing that in. Hopefully they cash it in with a bunch of 1-drops. Alrighty. Alrighty. Tomorrow, alrighty. Hopefully, as long as this isn't a discard spell, I think we're okay. That's not a discard spell, sweet. I wonder why they didn't... I guess they wanted to not draw whatever is on top with... It's not what we wanted to see. Well, we'll hold up Trickster. We still got good chumps. I might just attack, Yeah, I might just attack. Because it can't block anyway. I mean, sure, like, I mean, the Scourge is lethal with TBR anyway, so we're hoping to just chump it, and if they TBR it, then we can just Trickster it. Alright, we're definitely chumping this, and we're definitely chumping this. And if they TBR it, then we Trickster it. We'll Trickster it end of turn, just in case. Maybe we don't need to Trickster it, actually, because if we Trickster the Swift Spear, maybe we just win. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, you know what? I think we're Trickstering the Swift Spear. Yeah, because what we can do is we can reset the master anyway. We can go for the win without necessarily a ton of downside. Oh, sweet. Opponent gives up. Always nice. Always nice, always nice, always nice, always nice. We're almost main boarded, like I've said before, against this deck. Except the Spreading Seas are probably the weakest link, but they are useful together with Yorion. Although I have to imagine that Aether Gust is better. Although Deprive is actually kind of important against Lurrus. Lurrus is definitely an issue. Yeah, and the rest is kind of a necessary evil. We need these Merfolk in order to turn on Silvergill Adept, and for some kind of devotion for Master of Waves, and actually just to win. So, and also just to crew Smuggler's Copter. Man, though, but Aether Gust. I really want this because this will help a lot with holding the ground, so to speak. It holds the ground against Swiftspear though, and it doesn't actually hit Bomat Courier. And these lords are much better against Bomat Courier. Yeah, you know what? Aether Gust is good, but let's just do it this way. No, we have to mulligan. This hand is a bunch of nothing. This hand is objectively a bunch of nothing. This hand objectively has the potential to win. Yeah, let's get rid of an Aether Vial, since we literally can't play two before our own Chalice. We'll lock one out, assuming the opponent doesn't take it, and I think we're going to defend. I think if they play a discard spell, we force and negate it. We got to protect Chalice and Aether Vial here. Alrighty. Hopefully I have another Merfolk Trickster to cleanly deal with Scourge. Alrighty. Yeah, I think we gotta, as much as I want to blow off the Dismember, we've got to play the Aether Vial. It's also one of our only ways to actually play the Silvergill if it comes to that. Unfortunately, every hit from Swiftspear makes Dismember more likely to be a dead card later in the game. But so it happens. I could have played Scourge. I guess they were a little worried about Dismember or something. Alright, well, Chalice time. Let's see. See if it sticks. As far as sorcery speed things go, we've got Force. And they're kind of in a tricky spot because if they've got Kolaghan's Command, the question for them will be, do they play it on their turn? Then they are vulnerable to Force of Negation. Or do they play it on my upkeep? In which case they're vulnerable to Deprive. So I kind of like that, since I have two islands, they kind of don't have a very clear choice here as between the two. Alrighty. Okay, so they are going for the upkeep. I mean, I could have Deprive, but I guess we didn't show them Deprive. Question is, are they going for Aether Vial or Chalice? Okay. Fair enough. Let's go for Force of Negation. Let's just play Silvergill Adept. I don't want to be cheeky. guess I'll take that. There's the Deprive. We could have, you know, we could have used a turn earlier, but it might still be okay. I mean, because now we're playing to Master. Hopefully we don't have to use Deprive. We ideally want to Deprive Lurrus, is what we want to do. Yeah, we're going to block, and if they do something, we could either Dismember or Deprive. We got options. Yeah, we'll take the trade, for sure. I think we're okay with that. Yeah, we're more worried about Lurrus, frankly. Ooh. Yeah, we're still more worried about Lurrus. Alright, so we're going to deal with one of these. Hopefully they're not thinking about lightning bolting themselves, because that would be a big issue. We're dismembering themselves. Alright, well, if we draw a land, then then we're still in this. I think since we have to draw a land right now, I think we do not want to tick this up. I suppose if we draw Trickster, we can still live. Now, if we draw a land, we don't draw Merfolk, so we're ticking it up. The only card that really punishes us there is Silvergill Adept. Yeah, plus actually I forgot, we can block with Faerie Conclave. So hopefully we live to see another day. And then hopefully we can start... Well, I don't know. I don't know where exactly these masters take us. Let's see here. Our opponent just has it all. Alright, alright, well, we should... I think we're likely to take game 3, though. Let's see... Yeah, Dismember actually can be a little problematic now that I think about it, because reducing my life total is a big no-no against Scourge. Yeah, I didn't think about that before, actually, so we may want to play... Problem with Aether Gust is I think their only creature that they present with that is Swift Spear. I don't think I think they've replaced Soulscar Mage with Bomat Courier. Yeah. So I don't think this member is actually really that great, now that I think about it. Is Dismember good, though? Is Spreading Seas good? Aether Gust does counter Kolaghan's Command, and I think every other artifact destruction spell they play. So, probably Aether Gust actually still is where we want to be. It's a bit clunky, but I think in retrospect it is actually better than Dismember. It would have I think it would have saved us too that game from the Kolaghan's Command and drawn Deprive. Yeah, Aether Gust. It is still pretty flexible. And also just random burn spells. Alrighty. Yeah, we're powdering because we don't have Chalice, and not really a clear path to victory in that hand. Well, no land, so I think we have to mulligan this one. Alright, Chalice, so we keep. I think we put the Deprive to the bottom. Or maybe the Aether Vial, because I think we want to... No, we can't put the Aether Vial on, too powerful. Maybe the Smuggler's Copter? No, we're definitely putting the Deprive to the bottom. Being proactive is almost always better. So I think we want to play to the second turn Chalice Lockout. If they discard Chalice, then we can play Vial next turn. And we could try to take a risk to draw like another untapped land next turn, but the upside I think to just slamming Chalice. I mean, so we kept Aether Vial, and I know it's weird the way we sequence that we put the Deprive to the bottom. I mean the Deprive to the bottom, but we're doing this because if they have a discard spell, we want to back up in case they take our Chalice. Alright, now, hopefully, either we draw one of our numerous counter spells, or, yeah, because Chalice is going to be very, very strong here, if we can defend it. And hopefully they don't have Argonath's Rampage. Hopefully it's Kolaghan's Command, if anything, which hopefully it's none, that they're relying on. Argonath's Rampage is kind of like a super Abrade in a way. Sort of, but it also can be worse in some ways too. Yeah, playing Scourge, I'm guessing? Okay. Alright, so we've got a path here. A path to victory, which is good. Scourge definitely is a problem. I think I have to bounce. I could play Smuggler's Copter to set up to dig next turn, because I do actually have to hit Master of Waves. But then Scourge could just grow way too large. Scourge is already going to grow pretty large. I gotta set up for the looting. This could be totally wrong, but I have to get to Master of Waves. That's the only way I win. Or, oh man, I guess they play a ton of artifact removal. It's also why we want to play Chalice in the main. Stealing game 1 is important if they bring in all this artifact hate. And Brazen Borrower wouldn't have really ended up doing that much, so I guess this works out better. Okay, we played a land. We can play the Aether Vial now, though. And I think we're probably going to want to bounce the Scourge, given this particular circumstance. Okay. Hopefully they play TBR on the Scourge. That'd be pretty good for us. They don't. They wisely see that 6, 7, 8, 9. I suppose we could have waited, but we'll do it this way. The Slamming Master could be pretty sweet. Alright. So let's see here. Oh. Okay, so I think we're just gonna use Faerie Conclave to chump, most likely. Or actually, we're probably going to play Brazen Borrower, activate Smuggler's Copter to chump. The reason is that we want to maximize our mana, and we don't want to lose. Yeah, we're going to do this. I know we probably just get blown out with a removal spell here, but... Okay, I don't think the opponent... okay, so I don't know. I don't know if the opponent's just flexing with double removal spells, but there was literally no reason to bolt that. I can't block. And let's see if they're flexing, or if it's just or if the opponent just needed to take a reading lesson, so to speak. Alright, we'll see. Kind of looking like a reading lesson, but if we got TBR, it's still flexing. Yep, still flexing. Alright. This lag is annoying. Alright, well, I guess we're playing for the 3-2 now.